So today, as it looks, is leftover day. So we're going to take what we have left over from this week's cooking and do something with it. Last week I did the nachos. This is the leftover chips. I've separated those that were still, even if it's a half chip, good for dipping. I plan on, once I'm done dehydrating my pears and stuff this weekend, to make myself a chili cheese dip and enjoy it. And for the rest of this, I am going to crush up very fine. And I'm just going to put that into the bowl. Then the ones that I want to save, I'm going to put back into here. Seal up, and they go back into the storage for this weekend. I have a little bit of leftover tomato soup, so we're going to just put that right in there. Mind you, in this there is no precise measurement. We're literally making this up as we go. Okay? So now, I had part of an onion, so we're going to mince that up really well. It was just a small onion, about half of it was left. I've got a little bit more I'm going to keep for the chili cheese dip. We're going to throw that in there. This is down home cooking at its best, people. I hope you're taking notes. This is the first time I've made this, and it may be the last. We don't know. Depends on how it all comes out. That goes over to get washed. Then we're going to, from doing the egg foo young, I still had a rack of eggs left. So we're going to add, say, let's say, that's a lot of chip in there. We're going to add 3 eggs. Just mix all that up together. This, basically, I'm running this off of a meatloaf recipe. But of course, as you see, I'm not using much of anything that's supposed to be in the meatloaf. Well, we've got our tomato soup, which is our tomato paste, because it's fairly thick. Instead of breadcrumbs, we're using the chips. We've got our eggs. So yeah, we basically got a meatloaf here. Add that left over from, let me get these away. Leftover from doing the nachos. I still had a little bit of meat left. This is not regular ground meat. This meat is a bratwurst. So this is what was left over when we did our bratwurst sausages. And I can pick this up at the, even pick it up this way at the, at our Metzgerei, our butcher shop. Now, added to that, we're going to add a dash of homemade garlic powder. A little bit of salt. Lots of love there. You notice I'm not touching anything with this hand. I don't want cross-contamination. Throw in a little bit of pepper. Mix all that in. Then we're going to cover this and let it sit for about 15 minutes so that the chips, which is much different than breadcrumbs, really has a chance to soak everything up. Okay? I need to go wash up now. So, now we have a board, some baking paper, my patty press and thing, and I've got, where I cut this, I have the rest of this paper over here. What we're going to do is we're going to put this in here. And we're going to make like a little bowl. I pressed the bottom so it's flat, and I made a little bowl. My cheese over here. That won't cooperate. I'm going to take my shredded cheese. I'm not going to put a lot, but I'm going to put enough in there to fill my little pocket. And then I'm going to just fold the side of the meat over, pressing all that down in there. Over there, and that's what we end up with. A little cheese-filled meat patty, and then we're going to bake this. And to get things rolling, this will make about 4. As I'm looking at it, probably about 3 or 4. I'll get those done and we'll come back. Now, once we have it in and the meat folded over, I'm adding a little bit more to the top, just as a capper, so that it's the same thickness on the bottom, the top, and the sides, relatively. I'll probably cook these for about 45 minutes at 175. And I need to get cleaned up. And there we go. After it cooked, I opened it, let it brown, and then took it out of the foil onto the plate.